Hey, what up, everybody? Jago here. What are we doing? We are testing multiple scenes with multiple mics, with multiple events to make sure that I will be streaming in the best possible audio. Whether I'm looking at this camera here leisurely, I want to be able that my voice doesn't crack and stays the same, or whether I am doing this here, I want to be able to have the same effect. Why do I do it? Because I'm a maniac. I've always been a maniac. I will continue to be a maniac. Maniac is my life. I love doing stuff like this. I love creating havoc. I love figuring things out. I do this more than actually stream or play games. When I play games, I mod it. I mod it till I can't mod it anymore. Do I play the game? Rarely. But at least I give you guys a guide of how to do it. Now, do I display and show what I'm doing? Absolutely not. Is it a good thing? You tell me. I don't know. I just live here. But I like doing it nonetheless. I like making sure that my game is the worst possible. It's a sickness. I have to say it's a sickness. It's beyond being OCD. This is, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Monk, the TV show Monk. How he was brilliant, but he didn't like touching stuff because he was a germaphobe and all that. Well, not to that level. I just feel that way when it comes to streaming, when it comes to showcasing what I can do. That's how I feel with all of this. Even what you're going to see right here, me moving my screen, there's no rhyme or reason for it. I'm just doing it. Let me move closer in. So that's the way I feel about when I do things. I feel like Monk. I always got to be touching something. I always got to be hitting something. It's a sickness. It's a sickness that I'm not content with my chat. It's a sickness that I am not content with what I do. It really is. It's something that I'm trying to get rid of. It's something that I'm doing my best to say, hey, Jag, no one cares. Jag, Mr. Grump. It's my new tagline, but I'm still Jag. No one cares. They just want to see good content. They want to make sure that you're providing the best possible content for them. That's what they really care about. And it's true, and I'll get there. I like creating havoc. Havoc is what I do all day, every day. Havoc is what makes me who I am. Havoc is what brings me to where I'm at. Why? Don't know. Please don't ask, because I have nothing to express how sickening this is. But that's me. If I'm not breaking it, then I'm not doing a good job. If I'm not destroying it, then I'm not doing a good job. I wanna move past, but I've always been that guy. I've always been that type of person. Always. And honestly, I don't know why. I don't know why I continue to create this type of havoc. I honestly don't. I want to know. Is it a level of perfectionist? I don't know if it's perfectionist. I don't know if it's something where I just have to maybe go to rehab, create a what is called technology rehabilitation, TR. Do I have to? We make up our own word. TA, Technology Anonymous. I mean, I don't know, but I know it's a sickness. Electronics to me has been a sickness, and we always try to pump up the volume and do better, right? We always try to strive and go for doing better. I know God knows I try to do better. I really do. I really do, and that's really nothing. I've tried my best for weeks not to stream, for months not to play games, for months not to look at politics or get off of YouTube. I'm a YouTube addict. Not because I gotta be on it, because my channel and I'm a sensation. It's because I like to look at, I don't look at news or anything the conventional way anymore. I look at it through the prism of just news sources, just clips. I can get everything. What they making me wait an hour for, I can get it in 4 minutes on YouTube. Salud, a little morning coffee. I just don't know. Creating trailers, creating break stuff. See AI taking it from other sources and mixing it around, but I give credit to the original sourcer. That's just the way I've always rolled, and it's getting tiring. It really is. I want to stop, but I don't know how. Some people have drug abuse. Some people have, alcohol. Some people are addicted to porn. Me, it's technology. I'm addicted to the technology. I'm addicted to the multi-screens. Addicted to the multi-screens. What do I mean by that? I'll show you. We're going to do another camera. Another video source. We're going to call this 360 full. And we are going to put the source in so you can see what I'm talking about. See me upside down. My beautiful stupidity. I'm gonna flip it 90 degrees. There it is. And now you get to see my workstation, okay? Now you get to see in all its glory how horrible. So this is what you're looking at right now, and this is what's happening. And I can bring this down below the chat. Let's see. So that way we can get some features. And we're going to bring this below. I'm going to put it in here. So this is what you're looking at right now. I can, shut it down, or when we go to demo screen, you won't see it. You'll see it through my monitor here. So that's something where, like I said, it's something that I don't want to do, but I have to. Why do I have to? Because, like I said, it's pretty much, with my multi-monitors. I got 4, actually. I got my PC, my Mac, my gaming monitor that turns to the middle. I don't want to be this guy. I really do. It's tiring being this guy. It's tiring. When I tell you it's tiring, it is tiring. I got my screens already. So this is how it looks full screen. I did the circle just to emphasize me. But this is my full screen look, and my balding, and I'm old. But since forever, I've been a tech junkie. I have. I've have stuff I don't even know what I have anymore. Let me show you my desk, my screwed up desk. Right? Wrong way. So let's bring it down so you can see it. This is my faucet. This is where my audio is going through. I like doing separate audio sources because it's easier to maintain. It's easier not to use the CPU, even though the CPU has to run it. But it gives me, I don't know how to call it. It gives me a direct, instead of using my desktop CPU and audio system, I have it separate. I always have it separate. I like separate. You can see all my cruddy wires, my stream deck. This is where I do my, intermissions, my mic. I put it like this. I have an arm that maybe I'll utilize again. Don't know yet. My mess, my pills, my water, my controller, my phone, cup of coffee, my light back there. I have studio monitors. When I mean studio, meaning it's from, it's more of like a music producing monitors, because it gives you a flat response. It has an eternal amp, so that way I can set the volume of how the loudness from the speakers itself. So once again, I wanna bring the utilization of my PC down. If not, I will have to get a 1/4 jack, not 1/4, but I think it's the 1/8, the mini jacks in. And then that has to be gold plated with a left and right, and we don't want to do that. Real easy to do. We don't want to do that. So that's why I got my little audio monitor. It's a fast, Focusrite. However, this was a backup because my original one, which I loved forever, is this guy here. It's my Apollo. And this, unfortunately, went on its last rites. Lasted me about maybe 10 years. Newer versions are out. Maybe I get a newer version, but very expensive. At the time I got this was $900, close to $1,000 with tax. And now it's about $1,200, and the new one is about $1,400. But there's a smaller one which I'm gonna get, which is $500, without all the bells and whistles. This is like studio, monitors, digital out and everything. I don't need. All I need is the 1/4 jacks and the microphone input. The smaller one, the one that going for $500, even that's pretty hefty, is about this size, where my fingers are, straight across, about this size. Doesn't come with all the audio plugins, which I don't need because I have other DAW programs. I have, Pro Logic, I have the CapCuts, I have the Wondershares, I have GarageBand and all that shit. So I don't need most of that. But this guy, you mute it just by pressing a button. You can switch with the audios. Right now with this guy, I gotta shut off my speakers if I just want to hear it in the earphones, because it doesn't give you an option to mute. Like that Apollo gave me an option where I can shut the monitors off and just hear it through the earphones with a button. This one is a manual click, which I'm glad I got, because these, like I said, have their own amplifiers, preamps, so I just shut them down. and it makes it, see, the light is the power source, right? That's the power source. So, click of a button, I can just turn them off. And then back on, no big deal. So, I got all that going, and that's pretty snazzy. My Stream Deck. Now this is my HDMI splitter. What do I mean by that? I got one source going in, and then I have, let me show you up here. So up here, I got my PlayStation. I got my old Xbox. I got an Xbox right here next to that. It's an Xbox, the Ring of Sauron. I got my other Xbox and my hard drive for it, which is a Westinghouse where I keep my games, and then some statuettes. I like the statuettes. So I have my statuettes there. You will see a green backing. That's actually a sound absorber, so I don't get a reverberance, so it absorbs the sound, so it's not bouncing around. I went to school for music engineering, so these hexagons are also the same thing over here, just to absorb. I got a window, and then I got the foam in the back here. Further absorption, especially the corners. It's very important that you absorb the corners to stop the bouncing of sound. And then I also have another mic, which is right here. And it's a pretty good mic. I'm going to turn it on one of these days. I am. But at the moment, it serves its purpose, So then my presets are here. So when I hit it, back to me. What kind of camera am I using? I'm using Link 360. It does is motion also. It follows me. It's AI tracking. Let's see if it'll work now. It didn't work before. Yeah, so you see how it's tracking me. So wherever I move to, it should pick me up. Once I put my face, now it's going to be tracking me. So everything I do now is going to follow. So there you have it. Now, it doesn't center it the way I want it. I can teach it to center it to what I want, but it's not doing it at the moment. It's because of how it's positioned. It's not fully tracking me because it's centering me. But if you see the little image here, which you don't, well, yeah, you do. If you see the circle is not centered because I realigned my camera's focus in OBS, so we're going to take care of that right now. It's real easy to center it. It's pretty simple. I just go to my 360, I go to the filters, and then I go to my mask, and I can just recenter that and move that left or right. And once I do that, now my mask is gonna, so if I am moving, it'll just keep me in focus. And that's what we want, right? We want to be that if I lay back, I'm still in focus. And if I move forward, it just follows me. So we're going to leave it like that for now. I kind of like that. But as you see, when I mess with everything else just gets out of whack. So we got to put it back on the sound wave. Make sure that Mr. Grump is, I got to do different Mr. Grump because there should be just one. Good old red, white, and blue. So that way it's perfect, bro. It just works. So there's a lot of things I need to do to get this up and running, but I like the fact that if I'm moving, my camera's gonna try to stay in focus with me, because it's like I said, it's a motion camera. I think it's in the right spot. So whenever I get animated and stuff like that, I can also change the tracking of that camera here. This is if I go to more AI tracking, I could do it with my hands, gestures. We don't want that, because sometimes I raise my hand and all of a sudden the camera. We got a horizontal flip. I don't like it. Put it back. Smart adjustments, horizontal fine tuning. I can, get it into a different position where it's a little more on top. I think I should leave it like this, because if I bring it all the way out, it also tunes me a little different. So as you see, it's still fine tuning it. So it's one of those things where the horizontal fine tuning is more the angle, the Batman angle. Based off of what I want, or I can just leave it at 0, and that's the tuning it's gonna be in. So I think we're good with that. And portrait resolution for high frame rate. We do portrait. I'm going to restart it. Let's see how that looks. So that's the camera at the moment. It's all the way up there. We can put the AI. Go to view, and we hit the view I want. And for the most part, we could manually tune the camera, which I like, because that means it'll stay on this permanent position. And that's it. We don't need no AI tracking. We don't need no stinking AI. And this is how I do my screen captures as well. So if I want to take a screenshot, so I just took a screenshot at that. And what I do is I go into AI and make a cartoon figure and stuff like that of it, and we keep it moving. But yeah, it's fun. It's a sickness. It's a disease. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's dumbass. It's dumbass. So we're gonna keep it moving. I recorded this to see how it sounds, to see how it looks. I'll probably play it. I think it's interesting. Anyway, I got paint back there and all that stuff. I've been having that paint forever. I'm going to say I'm going to paint. I don't know what the fuck I want. Alright, people, I will talk to you soon enough. Thank you so much. And as always, God bless and hair grease and peace out.